My oh my guys, Anthony Edwards has officially done it. He's sold himself out of the convo for the future face of the league, and it's just looking bad right now. So OKC goes up 3-1 against Minnesota, and in this game, Anthony Edwards wasn't even a top 5 player on the court. He wasn't even a top 3 player on his own team. He had less than 20 points. I'm recording this right now, and the game's not even over. There's like 10 seconds left. Gobert just made a layup, or a little dunk, whatever. But Anthony Edwards, my goodness, has he done it. And I hate what's going to happen because all of his Glazer fans are going to be like, oh, Ant, this isn't his fault. He's the face of the league. He can't do anything wrong. That's one thing that I don't like about Ant is that, or maybe it's not about him. It's more about his fans. I feel like they see nothing wrong in what he does. Going into the series, I told everyone, I said, listen, no matter what happens, SGA is better than Ant without question. And people on my TikTok were saying, oh, you're crazy. Ant is a better finisher. Ant is a better this. Ant is more charismatic, this and that. And you can just tell who's a casual based on their stance of Ant versus SGA. Because there really isn't even a comparison. SGA just won his first MVP, and he's going to go on to win the finals MVP. Ant wasn't even top 5 in MVP voting, and he's just, in my opinion, he's just a glorified player. I think a lot of the things with him are his antics, his smile, his charisma, his happiness, his energy, walking around downtown LA after beating the Lakers, talking with Lakers fans, taunting them. That type of stuff SGA doesn't do. But if we're talking just purely based on basketball, it's not even close. Ant is nowhere near SGA. Now, guys, I know this series isn't over. I mean, we've seen 3-1 comebacks all the time. But, I mean, no matter what happens at this point, Ant is out of the conversation for the future face of the league. The future face of the league, you need specific requirements that are almost never seen. Which is why it's a once-in-a-generation thing. You obviously need some sort of charisma. Yeah, that's true. But you also need to be a top 5, top 3 player in the NBA. And Ant just isn't that. I mean, SGA is. He totally is that. In my opinion, he's on his way to becoming the best player. He's on his way to becoming one of the best players in the league. Maybe top 2. I think he's top 3 right now. And I think he could potentially push for that number 1 spot in a couple of years. But he's in that conversation. Whereas Ant is nowhere close. So the face of the league requires, charisma. You have to be a top 5 player in the league. Your team has to be, pretty good. And you just have to have something about your game that it's kind of like a wow factor. Steph Curry, his shooting's a wow factor. LeBron James, his dunking and his passing. That's the reason why Jokic isn't really considered the face of the league. He doesn't really have a wow factor in his game. Yeah, he's amazing at everything, but he doesn't really have something that the crowd wants to see. No one really cares if he posts up and hooks it 30 times a game. What fans do care about is a LeBron James lob, or a Steph Curry double bang 3, or a Kevin Durant hezzy midi pull-up over a 7'4" Wembanyama. Stuff like that is what fans want to see. And I get SGA has dunking and he can shoot. He's a really good 3-point shooter. But he just, and I did that Ant has, dunking and all that. But in my opinion, when I watch Ant, there's just nothing that really stands out. He doesn't have I have no need to watch him, in my opinion. Maybe that's just because I'm biased and I love LeBron. I love watching Curry and KD, all, the old guys. But I just don't know. And I know he's young. He has time to develop something. But right now, we have to put these conversations to bed. He is not the future face of the league for the next 5 years at least. And by that time, Wemby will be by far better than him. He'll be the face of the league. And that's just my takeaway from this. Let me know what you guys think, though. Is Ant the future face of the league? Did I make good points here? Let me know what you think of the series so far, too. And make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.